So, hello and welcome to week number 11. Week number 11 of our mindfulness meditation practices. We often have a meditation to start the beginning of a week, and that's what these conversations are about, offering a practice, simple practice, for us to kickstart our week with focus and with strength. And so, our theme this week is finding focus. Finding focus. Our theme last week was around, I think we asked the question, where do you live? Do you live in the past? Do you tend to live in the past? Or do you tend to live in the future? How often do you find yourself living in the present? And so these were questions for you to take away and experience, as in watching your mind to see where your mind tends to go, because the mind tends to either move towards the past, and when it moves towards the past, it tends to think of things um, in worst case scenario ways, generally speaking. And if your mind tends to be very future focused, then you tend to set very high expectations of yourself that can actually be demoralizing. You become it can actually create self-doubt. What we want to do is to live more in the present with the breath. Finding the focus this week is a continuation of this theme. Now, when I was thinking about finding focus, I was searching for a quote and I saw this quote. Now, this quote is by Bruce Lee. And when I read this quote, initially I wanted to not use it, but I thought to myself, why not use it? It's a very simple but powerful quote and really ties in with our conversation this week. This is the quote. The successful warrior is the average person with a laser-like focus. The successful warrior is the average person with a laser-like focus. When I was growing up as a kid, I used to watch Bruce Lee movies, and he was this otherworldly figure that was unbeatable. I used to love the sounds he used to make when he was focused um, in in his karate and when he was literally beating someone up. I used to be really fascinated by how someone could be as skilled and as focused as he was. He was a moving weapon, pretty much. What we do when we meditate, what we do when we practice, I like to use the word practice more than meditation because meditation sometimes can turn people off. What we're doing is that um, we're practicing focusing. We are practicing the art of focus in meditation. We are practicing the art of concentration. Interestingly enough, the word mindfulness in Sanskrit is sati, and sati translated into English from memory actually means focus, concentration. And so, what we do when we practice meditation is we are fine tuning a laser like focus. What does that mean? What it simply means is watch your mind. The mind wanders. When you're focused on one thing, watch it and see that it naturally moves to something else. And practicing is about recognizing when the mind has wandered and simply bringing it back. When it's wandered off, simply bringing it back. And when it wanders off again, simply bringing it back, bringing the mind back to your attention so that you have greater awareness of where the mind is, what it's doing, within the attention of your awareness is what laser-like focus is. And when you think about it, when your mind wanders off, more often than not, it wanders off to so many different places and it's hoovering up all sorts of stuff, memories, thoughts, feelings, in an uncontrolled way, and it brings that back into yourself. It brings that back to your person. Um, and this is where sometimes we have feelings of frustration and anxiety, whatever those feelings are, and sometimes we're not quite sure where they've come from. They've come from the wandering mind. Now, we will talk about the wandering mind in another conversation, but the mind left unchecked, the mind left to wander off aimlessly is a problematic mind. And so, in terms of finding focus, in today's meditation and in today's conversation, all we're asking you to do as a practice is to observe where your mind has gone and bring it back. When you're in the office, how able are you to focus on a single task? Multitasking is an illusion, really, in the workplace, because there's plenty of research that shows that you can only really focus on one thing at once. Finding focus, finding focus in practice is all about keeping your attention on one thing and doing that one thing to the best of your ability and doing it well. And so in today's practice, in today's meditation, which will be a 10-minute meditation, all we're going to do is we're going to use the breath to stabilize the mind. And when the mind has wandered, we're going to bring it back. And when it's wandered, we're going to bring it back. Now, there's something calming about that activity. It's not just an activity. Notice what's there as you do that. And so as we get into this 10-minute meditation to kickstart this week on finding focus, begin to put yourself into a comfortable position. Now my eyes are closed. You can leave your eyes open or allow them to just fall into a bit of a gentle gaze. As you begin to relax and drop into your body, becoming more aware of the way you are sitting. Noticing the weight of your body as you are sat on a chair, on the floor, or lying down. The natural weight of your body pulling you down to earth. And you can feel the points of pressure of your body against the chair that you're sitting on, or the bed that you're lying on, or the floor. You can feel different points of pressure, the soles of your feet on the floor giving you grounding, the shirt that you're wearing around your back, touching your skin. The feeling of the trousers that you're wearing or the socks around your feet. Bringing attention to your whole body. Welcoming yourself into this short practice. And now paying attention to your breathing. Just noticing as the breath is happening to you. So you're breathing all along. Tuning now into the process of the breath. Air coming in through your nose during the inhale. You can feel the air enter your chest and passing out again through your nose by the exhale. Cool air against your nostrils as you breathe in, warmer air to your nostrils or your mouth as you breathe out. Just noticing that. Just taking in the in-breath and the out-breath. And noticing any sensations on your body as you breathe in. Warm sensations around your legs or around your back. Maybe cooler sensations that you feel, kind of like a tingling. Where do you feel that on your body? Around your thighs, perhaps, or your knees. With each breath, that sense of invigoration. Where do you feel that? Hmm. Just really relaxing now. Bringing your absolute awareness as best as you can to this short practice. And now choose for yourself what's going to be your anchor. Perhaps it's the in-breath. Perhaps it's the rise of your chest with the in-breath. Or perhaps it's the fall of your chest with the out-breath. Perhaps it could also be the feeling of your body sat on the chair or on the bed or on the floor. And as you're breathing in and breathing out, just notice your mind. If it's wandered, for example, if it's wandered off, this is okay. No judgment here. All there is compassion, gentility. Bring your mind back. First of all, notice where it wandered to. Just, where did it go? Don't investigate, just inquire. And you inquire by just observing where it went to. And now gently bring it back to your chosen anchor. If it's the breath, if it's the rise of your chest or the fall of your chest, or perhaps it's the feeling of your body sat against the chair, let that be your anchor. Bring your mind back to that anchor, to the breath. Breathing in again and breathing out. And staying here, focused on this breath, on this breath. And this breath. And this one too. This is the practice, noticing the breath, watching your mind, and when the mind wanders, bringing it back to the breath, finding your sense of focus. And when you find your focus, even if it lasts for a short while, that's okay. See if you can inquire into what is there. In the midst of that focus, ask the question, what is here? Paying attention to your breathing, noticing your mind if it wanders, bringing it back to the breath or to your anchor. What is here? Finding then your focus. As you keep on asking yourself that question, what is here? Notice what you sense. What you sense. A sense of assurance, perhaps. Calmness. A feeling of okayness. Happiness. Deep happiness. Or perhaps it's an inexplicable feeling. Stay here then. Continue to find your focus. And as we come towards the end of this week's practice, this practice to kick off our week, what commitment are you making now for this week for yourself? Can you make a commitment to stay focused, to watch the mind and to bring it back? The little is what matters, not the large. Commit to a singular task, doing one task at a time with the focus as best as you can, using the breath as a guide. So taking a breath in now and out. One more. In and out. And thank you for joining this meditation as you open up your eyes. Take this practice with you this week. Be intentional about it. Yeah. If you want something, you can get it. You can get it by paying attention, by becoming intentional about it. Be intentional about this simple practice this week about finding focus, watching where your mind wanders off to, bringing it back with the breath and noticing what's here. All right, so we're going to end this practice with the quote again by Bruce Lee. The successful warrior is the person with a laser-like focus. The successful warrior is the average person with laser-like focus. See you next week.